Now, the applications of Kohlrausch law. What applications we have? First one, to determine molar or equivalent conductance of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution. Equivalent conductance of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution. And this is one of the application to determine the equivalent conductance of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution. Let us take one example. Here let me take, if I want to calculate the equivalent conductance of acetic acid at infinite dilution. So what is at infinite dilution? This is the ionic mobility of acetate ion at infinite dilution and ionic mobility of H plus ion at infinite dilution. But if you know the ionic mobility of acetate and H plus, we can calculate. But experimentally, it is not possible to calculate the ionic mobility, that is at infinite dilution, the molar conductance or equivalent conductance of acetic acid by using that graphical representation. So we can attempt here indirect method. Let us take the salts like this: sodium acetate and HCl, NaCl. Anyhow, these three are strong electrolytes. For strong electrolytes, we can calculate the molar, we can calculate the molar conductance or equivalent conductance at infinite dilution experimentally, that we know. And these values we can write like this. Molar conductance of sodium acetate at infinite dilution plus molar conductance of HCl at infinite dilution minus molar conductance of NaCl at infinity dilution, that is equals to. So here molar conductance we can write like this: ionic conductance of acetate ion plus ionic conductance of Na plus ion at infinite dilution plus ionic conductance of H plus ion, ionic conductance of Cl minus ion and minus of NaCl, ionic conductance of Na plus and ionic conductance of Cl minus. Now Na plus at infinite dilution both are the same, whatever the source, and here Cl minus again they will cancel. What left here? Acetate ion at infinite dilution plus H plus ion at infinite dilution, and these two ionic conductance of these two ions at infinite dilution nothing but molar conductance or equivalent conductance of acetic acid at infinite dilution, and this is coming from where? And these three. So now this is by adding two strong electrolytes, sodium acetate and HCl. From that, if you subtract the strong electrolyte NaCl molar conductance values, then we will get the weak electrolyte molar conductance value. So like this we can calculate the weak electrolyte molar or equivalent conductance at infinite dilution by using the strong electrolytes by the help of Kohlrausch law. So one question: at infinite dilution, this is a question. Here they give the molar conductances of barium chloride, sulfuric acid, HCl at infinite dilutions. Then we have to calculate the molar conductance of the barium sulfate. And here barium sulfate, we can write directly molar conductance at infinite dilution is equals to, we require the barium ion. Barium ion can come from barium chloride at infinite dilution. Next we require sulfate, that will come from sulfuric acid. So that is equals to H2SO4 at infinite dilution minus. So we require the barium and we require the sulfate. What extra is there? two chlorides here and two H plus here. So we have to remove these two chloride to H plus. So we remove twice the molar conductance of HCl. 2 times of hydrogen and 2 times of Cl minus. So these values are equal to the barium sulfate. Now barium chloride is X and this is Y and this is minus 2Z. This is the overall barium sulfate molar conductance at infinity dilution. And if they ask equivalent conductance of barium sulfate at infinity dilution, the same question, then what we have to do? So they ask equivalent conductance of barium sulfate. That is nothing but molar conductance of a barium sulfate at infinity dilution by n factor. N factor is 2 here. So you'll get this value you can substitute here. Then it can give x by 2, y by 2 minus z. This is the equivalent conductance and this is the molar conductance. So they ask this question same in another manner. Same question. B part. So instead of molar conductance, if they give equivalent conductances. The same barium chloride and H2SO4 and HCl are X, Y, Z. But here if they give ohm inverse, centimeter square and equivalent inverse. And if they ask to calculate the equivalent conductance of barium sulfate, in this case what happens? No need to take the stoichiometric coefficient here. Directly we have to take. That is the barium chloride equivalent conductance X and barium chloride equivalent conductance sulfuric acid Y and minus equivalent conductance of HCl. Here no need to take twice of HCl. Second, that is Z direct. So if the values are given in terms of equivalent conductances, this is ohm inverse centimeter square equivalent inverse, then you can take equivalent conductance of barium sulfate is X plus Y minus Z. This is the direct answer. Second application of Kohlrausch. To determine the degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte. It is used to determine degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte. What is the degree of dissociation? Alpha value. For weak electrolyte, we know that alpha, here we can take the formula directly. If they give the molar conductance, let us take weak electrolyte, some AB. For this weak electrolyte, the molar conductance at concentration C, that is assume lambda MC, and the molar conductance at infinity dilution is given as lambda infinity. Then by using these two, we can calculate the degree of dissociation. Alpha is equals to molar conductance at concentration C by molar conductance at infinity dilution. Yes, you can remember this formula. So this is molar conductance, some concentration means we will calculate by using that formula K into 1000 by normality or molarity. And this is at infinite dilution. So according to Kohlrausch law, we can calculate. If they give molar, you can take molar. If it is equivalent, then equivalent conductance at concentration C by equivalent conductance at infinity dilution. You can take any one. This is the degree of dissociation. In the third application, dissociation constant. It is used to determine dissociation constant of an electrolyte. What is the dissociation constant? Especially this we can use for the weak electrolytes, K dissociation constant is equals to, we have the formula C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. According to Ostwald dilution law, this is the formula, C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Anyhow, we know the alpha value, degree of dissociation. That value we can substitute here. We will get the degree of dissociation constant. Let me take K here. C into alpha means lambda at concentration C by lambda infinity dilution. It may be molar or equivalent. Let me take directly concentration C by at infinity dilution square by 1 minus concentration at conductance, molar conductance or equivalent conductance at concentration C by at infinity dilution. This we can write from this C into lambda C square by lambda infinity will get cancelled out, then lambda infinite, this is lambda infinite minus lambda C, and this is a degree of dissociation. So here we can apply directly the molar concentration or equivalent concentrations at some concentration C or infinity dilution directly, or else you can use the first formula C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. And this we can do further simplification, and if alpha is very less compared to 1, then you can take the dissociation constant K equal to C alpha square. This is for further simplification where alpha is much less than 1. There is a third application of the Kohlrausch law, and a fourth application to determine the solubility and solubility product. To determine solubility and solubility product of sparingly soluble salt. Sparingly soluble salt. Solubility generally will represent with S. Solubility is equals to S. This mostly will take in terms of moles per liter. You can take in moles per liter. So nothing but molarity only. So solubility can be considered as the molarity. And molarity anyhow we can calculate by using that previous data. So from the molar conductance or equivalent conductance, from molar conductance by using the specific conductance value. So this is molar conductance is equals to K into 1000 by molarity. So from this we can calculate molarity, nothing but solubility, that is equals to K into 1000 by, this is molar conductance. This is a molar conductance. And next, if they use equivalent conductance, then lambda equivalent is equals to K into 1000 by normality. From this we can calculate normality. Normality nothing but molarity into n factor. Once if you know the normality, that you can convert into molarity. Molarity you can convert into the solubility. That is K into 1000 by equivalent conductance. So by using these formulas we can calculate the solubility. Once if you know the solubility, you can calculate the solubility product for a salt. Let us take AXBY type salt. What is the solubility product? KSP equal to x power x, y power y, and solubility power x plus y. Anyhow, we can calculate the solubility, and then you substitute here, we can calculate the solubility product. And one point you should remember here, for sparingly soluble salts, in case of sparingly soluble salts, the molar or equivalent conductance at concentration C is equals to the molar or equivalent conductance at infinity dilution. And this is very important. If they give some concentration or at infinity dilution, any one we can take for this calculation. For the calculation of solubility, in place of lambda equivalent, you can use at concentration C or at infinity dilution. No problem. Both are same only for sparingly soluble salts. And these are the four applications of Kohlrausch law. First one, determination of the weak electrolyte infinity dilution, molar conductance or equivalent conductance, and second one, degree of dissociation, dissociation constant, and the fourth one, solubility and solubility product. Numerical related to that overall electrolytic conduction and Kohlrausch law. So, ionic conductance at infinity dilutions are given. We have to calculate the molar conductance at infinity dilution. First one, molar conductance for calcium chloride. What it is? Ionic conductance of calcium 2 plus here 2 chloride ions are there. This we have to calculate the molar conductance. So, twice of ionic conductance of Cl minus. It's 119 plus 2 into 76.3. That can give 271.6 Siemens centimeter square mole inverse. This is calcium chloride. Similarly, magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate only 1 ion. Ionic conductance of magnesium and ionic conductance of sulfate. So just we can add that 106 and 160 Siemens centimeter square per mole. Second question. This is at 25 degrees centigrade. So what they give? The equivalent conductance are given here. For sodium chloride, HCl, sodium acetate, like this. Then we have to calculate the equivalent conductance of acetic acid at infinity dilution. So direct formula here according to the application of Kohlrausch law. First application. It is the equivalent conductance of acetic acid at infinity dilution is equals to, you can write equivalent conductance of sodium acetate plus equivalent conductance of HCl at infinity dilution minus equivalent conductance of NaCl. Just acetate ion and H plus we required, Na and Cl minus we have to remove. Then sodium acetate it is 91 and for HCl it is 426.16 minus NaCl, this is 126.45, and this if you simplify you will get 390.7 ohm inverse centimeter square equivalent inverse, and this is the value for acetic acid at equivalent infinity dilution. This is 390.5, and they gave the conductivity of the acetic acid and concentration is given. We have to calculate the dissociation constant K dissociation where at infinity dilution also given 390.5. So for this solution directly we know that K equal to C alpha square. I mean just you can identify the alpha value, that is molar conductance at concentration C by molar conductance at infinity dilution. Anyhow, at a concentration C, that we have to calculate by using, they give the conductivity here, the conductivity K into 1000 by molarity. This is 0.001028 by infinity dilution 390.5, and this overall value if you substitute here, you can get a dissociation constant. K dissociation is equals to C value 0.001028 into, and K is 4.95 into 10 power minus 5, and this is anyhow 1000, 10 power 3 by 390.5 into 0.001028 whole square, C alpha square. Just if we simplify this one, we will get the dissociation constant. Let us see fourth question here. This is a question. Specific conductance of barium sulfate is given and its equivalent conductance also given at infinity dilution. Then we have to calculate the solubility and solubility product. So first we required solubility. Solubility nothing but molarity only. Now how can we calculate this molarity? By using that formula. So in case of solubility of barium sulfate means this is sparingly soluble salt. For sparingly soluble salt case, infinity dilution molar conductance or equivalent conductance. Equivalent conductance at C is equals to equivalent conductance at infinity. That is equals to K into 1000 by here normality. Why? Because they give the equivalent conductance for at infinity dilution, not molar. Equivalent we have to take. So equivalent means normality. And this is a value 153 is equals to, what is the K value? 3.06 into 10 power minus 4 by, anyhow, this normality we have to calculate, and N value. And if we simplify this one, we will get normality is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 3 normal. But molarity, to calculate the molarity we require solubility, we require molarity. Molarity is equals to normality by N factor. But in case of barium sulfate, N factor is 2. So the molarity is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 3 by 2. That can give 10 power minus 3. This is nothing but solubility only. So solubility of barium sulfate. Solubility of barium sulfate is equals to 10 power minus 3 moles per liter or molar simple. The solubility product KSP. In KSP of barium sulfate, it has a 2 ions only, nothing but S square, S into S. So you will get 10 power minus 6 molar square. This is the solubility product for the barium sulfate. That's the question. There is a question. Here specific conductance of AgCl aqueous solution is given 3.4 into 10 power minus 6, and the specific conductance of water is given 1.86 into 10 power minus 6, and also equivalent conductance of AgCl is given. There is 140 ohm inverse centimeter square. Then what is the solubility and solubility product? Just like previous question, but a small change here. Apart from this, they give water specific conductance. So in this case, how to do? Let's see the solution. Again, we required solubility, that nothing but molarity only. Now, molarity. For that, we have to calculate this, we have to apply this formula. molar conductance. They have given the equivalent conductance of AgCl. So, lambda equivalent at C is equals to lambda equivalence at infinity is equals to K into 1000 by normality. Again we have to calculate normality, but in case of AgCl, molarity is equals to normality only, that we can take, where n factor is 1. One more point here. Then what is the equivalent conductance of AgCl? Here we have to apply the equivalent conductance of AgCl only. But here they have given the specific conductance of AgCl aqueous solution. Means where the K value we have to apply here whenever we substitute this equivalent conductance of AgCl. We have to substitute the specific conductance of AgCl only. First we have to calculate the specific conductance of AgCl. We know that specific conductance, it is an additive property. So they give K total or K aqueous solution. K specific conductance of solution, nothing but the specific conductance of AgCl and the specific conductance of water. That together can give the specific conductance of the solution. But we required here to substitute a specific conductance of AgCl only. Then specific conductance of AgCl is equals to overall solution, that is 3.4 into 10 power minus 6 ohm inverse centimeter inverse minus this K water, that is 1.86 into 10 power minus 6. So this step is important here. So you should not take directly the specific conductance value either 3.4 or 1.86 into 10 power minus 6. First you have to calculate the specific conductance of AgCl. Why? Because this formula is for only AgCl, not for entire solution. That then if you subtract this, you will get 1.54 into 10 power minus 6 ohm inverse centimeter inverse. Now this value we have to substitute here. Lambda equivalence, and that is given at infinity dilution 140 is equals to 1.54 into 10 power minus 6, and this is 10 power 3 by normality. And from this normality is equals to, we will get approximately, if you simplify this one, 1.1 into 10 power minus 5. But for AgCl, normality is equals to molarity. The molarity nothing but solubility only. So that is equals to 1.1 into 10 power minus 4 moles per liter. Then solubility product Ksp of AgCl, AgCl means S square. So 1.1 square, nothing but 1.221, 10 power minus square, so 10 power minus 10. This is molar square. And this is a solubility product of AgCl.